Single at 31 and want kids. How do I deal? I am a single 30-year-old woman turning 31 in 6 weeks. I would like kids but realize my time is very limited. How do I not freak out about my age and relationship status? Even if I meet the right guy now, we would be years away from being able to have kids. If I waste any time with a man who turns out not to work out, I will likely be too late. This is all compounded by the fact that most men in my age group are already paired up. So it's really hard to find a compatible guy. How do I stop freaking out about this? My parents got married when my dad was 21. My mom was 22. But they couldn't get me the only child until my mom was 40. It's okay. Things are never too late. Please just don't rush into a relationship and marry someone wrong. You want to build a healthy and lovely family, not one that will fall apart. You're not that old. Many people aren't having kids until well in their 30s. You can always go see an OB and talk about options. Myself and my wife didn't start a family till we were past 40. We now have a very beautiful 5-year-old. Don't panic. Don't rush into anything you're not comfortable with, and if you're financially stable you always have the option to go alone, but it's hard work as a couple, so bear that in mind. Good luck, and I hope you find what you're looking for. I met someone at 30 and had a baby at 34. One of my friends just had her second baby at 41. You have plenty of time. I met my wife at 32. And we're having our second kid in February. Don't give up, my guy. You never know. Do you know what you are looking for in a partner? Have you healed your childhood wounds? We all have them. Do you go out and socialize? Are you on dating apps? Is freezing your eggs an option? Some companies will pay for it, and there are organizations that give out scholarships. You need to be proactive about finding a partner, and it's easier if you know what you are looking for. Same boat, but as a male, lol, it's more common than you think. Freeze your eggs. I'm not kidding, freeze your eggs. Please don't just run down the donor path. I'm donor conceived, and people often select this path because they're desperate to have a child. Ironically, they don't consider the child. Funny that. Choosing a sperm donor isn't something you should just pop into your doctor and chat about. There are lifelong implications for us. And we're not here to fulfill the needs of parents. I met my husband at 36. Married at 39. Pregnant at 39. I had at least one serious relationship that did not pan out between 30 and 36, and was making plans to foster or become pregnant on my own when I met husband. Focus on being honest and open about what you want and figure out how to make it happen. I'm a single mom by choice, SMBC. Currently cuddling with my 7-day-old. I turned 35. Came out of a long-term relationship and said F it, and looked into how to do it by myself. Talked to my OB and then really started the ball rolling. 3 years later and 2 pregnancies, and here I am, so happy. If you're concerned about your reproductive health, you can get it so checked out to see how much time you have left. Start that convo with your OBGYN. I feel the same way as a 30-year-old man. I have 2 friends who did artificial insemination. Both are extremely happy with their decision and their lovely kids. One's son is now 17 and the other has a daughter who is now 12. Freeze your eggs now. My mum was 36 when she had my brother and 39 when she had me. You've got plenty of time. Lol, my mum had my little sister at 40. IDK, where Americans get this paranoia from about having to have a family by the time you're 30. You should clarify your post that you want a man and kids. Elderly neighbor growing up clarified this to us on the regular from the deadbeat father of her kids. She didn't want a husband. She just wanted kids and seemed happy. That said, best of luck. I had my first at 44. I have 3. Same. I am soon to be 32. And I am devastated. I am not a mother. I have a boyfriend. But it's a new relationship. And sometimes I am unsure about it. I think it's not going to happen for me. I am not going to be a mother and a wife. And I am so sad all the time about this. I don't tell anybody. Pretend I am okay. You can always adopt. Yo. My wife and I just had our first child. I'm 35 and she is 40. Just letting you know in case you are worried that you are getting too old. As I'd argue that you are not. Good luck. My grandmother had my mom at 48. Naturally, your time is not nearly as limited as people love to claim it is. Lots of men want to have a family too. Be clear on your dating profile of what you want from life in the near future and I imagine a couple of decent guys will react. Then sift out the arrogant narcissists. You don't need alpha men. It's the beta man that will never let you go. Etc. Etc. Forgot all these answers and go freeze your eggs. When you are ready, you'll still have them available. Go on a lot of dates. My friend's sister was in her early 30s and wanted kids. She went on like breakfast, lunch, and dinner dates and gave everyone a chance. Friends' recommendations, apps, etc. It's a numbers game. You're not going to like everyone. She met someone she liked and now is married with 3 kids. I work with a single woman who's maybe 38. She has a baby. I asked about her partner and she said there isn't a partner. She did it on her own. Sperm donor. She was approaching 40. Wanted kids biologically. Picked a sperm daddy and got it done. First off, if you really want kids, you gotta make sure you're financially stable enough to support them. Second of all, it's completely fine if you haven't had kids yet. My mother herself had my brother around age 40. No shame in having 'em late as long as you're stable. My mom didn't have me until she was 37. You have time, but your worries are validated. Kourtney Kardashian is 40 and pregnant. Paris Hilton was also in her 40s when she had her child. You'll be fine. I totally disagree with the other advice. You have plenty of time. I didn't start dating my fella until 38 and I'm now expecting our third at 42. Dr. Sterling is wonderful to follow on Instagram. She really explains the risks and benefits of armor. Yes, the risks are higher but they are nominal. Doesn't anybody trust fate anymore? Find your own happiness and the rest will follow. 30 isn't old. I had a baby, my second, when I was 30. Now if you're super concerned, you can work on freezing your eggs if you want and then just maintain your physical health best as you can. Are sure you're taking supplements and making dietary choices that will aid your fertility as you get older. That way the quality of your eggs is better preserved too if you can't freeze them. I mean, it's not too late now. But like others said, don't rush yourself. Consider freezing your eggs. Freeze your eggs now while you're young enough and healthy, and you have a better chance of harvesting more per round. Then you can figure the rest out later without rushing anything before you're 40.